What's going on? First of all, wind chill watch in effect. It will likely be upgraded to a wind chill warning sometime tomorrow. Air temps below zero beginning Wednesday morning, could linger below zero through Wednesday afternoon. Definitely Thursday morning, more below zero temps. Coldest air since February of 2015 with wind chills to minus 20 to minus 38. Wednesday, if the highs do not hit zero, and it may not happen. That has not happened since January of 1994 that we've had daytime highs not hit zero. I've thrown together a little graphic here. Hours below zero. Back in 1994, we had 2 days plus where temperatures stayed below zero. 1970, 41 hours below zero. 39 hours in 1985, 34, 82. 1977 saw 27 straight hours below zero. We could get somewhere in this range if we do not hit zero on Wednesday. Could be one of the top 5 coldest periods in our history. Here comes the front moving through. It is rain out ahead of it. My problem is we are going to get a quick freeze out of this. So a lot of this rain not going to have time to run off. Tomorrow morning, watch for slippery roads. Now, we've got a lot of wind chill warnings back to our west. We've got a wind chill watch for you and me. Again, I would expect tomorrow during the day they'll upgrade that. We'll keep an eye and we'll post it for you on Facebook and social media and on the News 5 app. Midnight 35, 2 a.m. 31. We get a little bit of light snow, a ½ an inch or less of snow. Not real worried about that. But again, temps really drop overnight tonight. It's going to be blustery as well. Here's the Arctic air really spilling in with below zero temps beginning Wednesday morning. Let's show you here the hour by hour. Tomorrow morning, you're in the teens, and then we pretty much keep on going down from there, slowly but surely falling into the single digits during the evening tomorrow. These are air temps now, and then we'll take you into Wednesday morning. There we go, below zero, just in time for the morning commute. What about wind chills? These are wind chill readings, what it feels like to your skin. By tomorrow evening, 7 p.m., will they have high school basketball games? Wind chill -2, -5, -6, -7. That's up to them. By 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, here are the wind chill expectations. How about Sandusky -32, Cleveland -25, Mentor -29, Canton -23. And then they keep on. Look, this is the afternoon. We're still seeing wind chills below -20. Rain to snow tonight, much colder fast. A flash freeze. Watch for the icy spots. Lows in the teens tomorrow morning, and they'll fall quickly from there through the teens. And by 6 p.m. tomorrow, we'll be right around 11. Arctic air rise. Layer it up. Layer it up. Wednesday, well, look at that, -9 to start your day, -1 to near zero Wednesday with some lake effect snow east of Cleveland. 8 below Thursday morning, a high of 5, 0 Friday morning, a high of 19. 48 by Monday?
Plus, the water freezes, making it icy and even more difficult to work in. The key for workers, dress in layers.
We put on as much as we can. We use hand warmers, lots of Carhartt insulated clothing, anything to block the wind.
In weather like this, we try to get them to rotate in and out of the trucks, stay warm. They carry extra clothing.
Now, if there is a break near your house, crews will shut your water off while repairs are made. It should not affect the pipes in your home as long as you have heat. But in general, if you're afraid of your pipes freezing over the next few days, or you've had problems in the past, turn a faucet on.
If nothing else, run a pencil-thin stream of water. Just keeping some water moving through your connection is one of the best things you can do that prevent it from freezing.
Thank you, Brandon. Well, at last check of the WKYC website and the app, we are at 874 iAlerts. And most of those at the bottom of your screen and on the app and the web are closed for 2 days because of the cold weather. Now, while it may seem like an easy decision in these kinds of conditions, Channel 3's Brandon Simmons tells us what superintendents have to consider when they make that call.
Heavy snow, an awesome reason for kids to stay home from school. But that's not what this is about. The long list of closings we're seeing is because of dangerously cold air moving through the area. Many superintendents have already made the call closing Wednesday and Thursday, and that's pretty rare. Willoughby Eastlake School Superintendent Steve Thompson explained the importance of making the decision early.
And the primary reason is to give our families as much notice as they can so they can make those daycare arrangements.
Superintendents understand other plans must be made when students can't come to school, but the expected wind chills make it hazardous for almost anyone who has to go outdoors, whether it be to school or anywhere else.
The long and short of it is safety for our students. We look at wind chill, which we look for -15 or below as our threshold to close.
Many students aren't bundled up properly when they're dismissed from school, whether or not they have the proper gear with them, a real danger.
Safety manifests itself in different ways, and I think people don't sometimes think about that as they question the school district for why they closed or why they stayed open.
But in this situation, there's really no question about it. As much as I'd like to complain about how we always went to school back in the day, closing, in this case, I admit, is the right call.
This was an easy one. This is the ones all superintendents love, when everybody's out all together and it's real obvious that the call has to be made.
I'm Brandon Simmons, Channel 3 News.
And by the way, 874 Islers, we're approaching record territory there, too. Well, when it gets this cold outside, there are several things you do not want to leave in your car, like your phone. Those batteries don't like the cold weather, and they could even get damaged. Also, keep in mind, anything liquid will freeze, and when they start freezing, they expand, and that innocent water bottle or can of soda or pop in the car can burst. The same goes for canned goods. Now, any medications left in the extreme cold may lose effectiveness, so check the label. And finally, parents, bring in your kids' musical instruments. I did not know this. They could not only lose their tune, but crack, and that would be a very expensive repair.
Certainly. Head to WKYC.com and our app for complete coverage of the Arctic plunge. You'll find a list of cities not picking up garbage, warming centers, and of course, school closings. Of course, Betsy's going to be back in a bit and tell us more of what's happening throughout the week. Paying it forward, how one woman is inspiring others to help those in need during this very sweet Betsy. Moving on now, the bitter cold weather can be especially hard on the homeless or those who don't have a lot of money. So Cleveland resident Holly Jackson, who was once homeless herself, began what she calls the Wall of Love. She wants to make sure those who need help get it. So she puts things like coats, hats, and gloves and fences across Northeast Ohio. And she wants others to pay it forward as well. And they are.
I kind of wanted to do something to give back to the community and make sure that there really isn't a stigma attached to it. Whoever needs this stuff can come get it.
I collected $90, so I got 30 socks, 30 hats, and 30 gloves.
Tonight there are also Walls of Love at West 61st in Memphis, West 25th in Detroit, and East 161st and St. Clair. Betsy, back now. We're talking about this cold weather tonight, but things do get better as the week goes on. Correct?
It does, and in true Ohio fashion, by the weekend, we'll be close to 50.
We paddleboarding. Sarah Shook want to be on the lake paddleboarding on Saturday.
It's this whiplash
Maybe
thing
not.
we have going on that's brutal. So get ready because potholes are coming. You know, you're
right.
probably at this point hearing bangs, pops, creaks, groans in your house as it's adjusting all these cold temperatures. We have a lot to get through. And here's where things start tomorrow, okay? I do believe we'll be setting records, daily record lows. Now, tomorrow's going to be a special day, okay? It's not going to be the coldest day we've ever had, okay? At least on record, the coldest day we've had is January 19th of 1994, the illustrious day when we never made it above zero. And I think we're going to do that again tomorrow, but it was a more extreme cold that we had in 1994. For tomorrow morning, I think temperatures are going to be about 3 to 5 below, but keep in mind, we're not going to see temperatures rise tomorrow. As a matter of fact, by noon, I think we could be even a little bit colder before we find things leveling off. So these are expected to be new record lows for most of the area tomorrow, with a few exceptions. But the low temperature is not the only indicator of cold. The high temperature is also an indicator of how cold it is. And the coldest maximum temperature on record for tomorrow sits anywhere from 4 to 8 degrees across northern Ohio. And again, tomorrow, I don't think we're going to make it back above zero in most locations. So tomorrow will be another brutally cold day and, yes, record setting. Wind chill warning expected to kick in at 1 a.m. But I'll tell you what, it's cold out there now. It's not really going to be too different from right now till 1 a.m. But from 1 a.m. till 7, 8, 9 a.m., it's going to start to get really different. Temperatures are currently in the single digits, wind chills single digits below zero for many. We still have that southwest wind. The southwest wind is not going to bring us lake effect. The lake effect is shooting up toward Buffalo at this point. We have to have a west or a northwest wind to get the lake effect. That's not going to be a part of this forecast, at least as of right now. The problem with the southwest wind, you may think it's going to be warming us up, but it's actually bringing in the very frigid air that's sitting up here in the northern plain states. I mentioned it before, literally there is no color here because it's off the grid. We have gone off the color table, which bottoms out at 50 below zero. Wind chill right now reported at Minneapolis, 50 below zero. A heart-stopping 32 below zero in Marquette. That's the type of cold we will have tomorrow, about 25 to 35 below from time to time. Now, with that southwest wind, I mentioned the lake effect shooting up toward Buffalo. You can see that lake effect streaming off of Lake Michigan, Huron, and Superior too. But other than that, it's kind of a dry air mass that we have to deal with. So we'll see some sunshine tomorrow, but with this extreme cold, you can't rule out a passing flurry from time to time. So we'll just go ahead and we'll say mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies with a random flurry chance. Tomorrow's temps and chills, there you see it. We don't really make it back above zero, and our wind chills stay 25 to 30 below for much of the day. Now that is wind dependent. The faster the wind blows, the colder the wind chill. So it kind of comes and goes. We typically don't have a straight steady wind here. Universal Windows Direct forecast. Look at the rise though. We're going to be 2 below tomorrow, 5 above on Thursday, and then by Friday we're up around 20 with some snow chances coming through, maybe an inch or two there. Clouds and sun on Saturday and then up near 50 this weekend. Now here's the next big concern, rain coming in on Monday. That frigid air that we have is icing up the rivers, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for some flooding, especially for ice jams as we start next week, Russ.